He wasn't supposed to make it. He was doubted, rejected, forgotten. A man from Nigeria, no famous coach, no rich sponsors, and no hype. But today, the world is watching, because this nobody just became bodybuilding's biggest threat. Who is he? His name is Samson Dauda. And this is the shocking story of how he went from nothing to the man who just might destroy the legends of bodybuilding. The humble and painful beginnings. Born in Nigeria, but not the Nigeria the world sees on tourism ads. Grew up in a community where bodybuilding was a myth, not a profession. Shocking reveal. Samson was severely insecure about his body as a child. He was skinny, shy, and laughed at. His father passed away when Samson was still young, a moment that shattered his confidence and left him angry and lost. Moved to the UK as a teenager. Culture shock, isolation, and racism made life worse. At 17, he weighed only 130 pounds, with zero confidence. Everyone told me, "You're not cut out for this," and I believed them for a while. Dark times and identity crisis. He tried normal life, warehouse jobs, truck driving, security work. No direction, no purpose. He joined a gym to escape mental pain, not to become a bodybuilder. Shocking moment. First time he saw Ronnie Coleman videos. "It broke my mind," Samson said. Decided to try bodybuilding at 23, extremely late in bodybuilding terms. Didn't have money for food, supplements, or even posing trunks. Trained in cold UK basements with just hope. They had the money, I had the hunger. That was my weapon. The shocking transformation. Samson trained for 6 years in complete silence. Dramatic reveal. He gained over 100 pounds of lean mass in just 3 years. Naturally, with brutal consistency. First few amateur shows, he lost badly. But instead of quitting, he trained harder. Slowly began dominating UK amateur circuits. Surprise twist. Was working full-time and competing on weekends. A viral stage picture of his quads and posing started to spread in 2018. They called me the Nigerian Lion, but no one knew the sacrifices behind the roar. The rise of the Nigerian Lion. Turned pro under IFBB in 2019, 2020. Pandemic hits. Samson nearly quits bodybuilding forever. Samson vs. the Giants 2022. Samson steps on stage against Big Ramy, Brandon Curry, Hadi Chopin. Nobody expected him to place. He shocks the world by holding his own among the best. 2023. Wins Arnold Classic, beating Nick Walker and Andrew Jacked. Surprise moment. Entire crowd chants, "Samson, Samson," during the pose down. Judges say, one of the most aesthetic mass monsters we've ever seen. I went from zero to the biggest stage in the world, not because I was better, but because I never gave up. Near collapse and internal battles. The fame, pressure, expectations, it got to Samson. Begins experiencing panic attacks before shows. Shocking clip. Samson admits on podcast he thought of quitting after 2023 Olympia. Online hate, media comparisons, body dysmorphia. It broke him inside. Wife again brings him back to focus. You are enough, Samson. Climactic drama. He nearly faints backstage due to over-dehydration during Olympia. People think it's about muscles. It's not. It's about pain. And how much you're willing to suffer for greatness. Redemption and future of Mr. Olympia. 2024. Comes back with bigger legs, tighter waist, better posing. Stuns crowd again. Had Arnold and Olympia pre-judging. He's now a legitimate contender for Mr. Olympia. Phil Heath says he's the most dangerous man on that stage. Interviews show his humble mindset. Even if I lose, I've already won. Dramatic build-up. Is Samson Dauda the next 8 champion? It's not about the trophy. It's about becoming the man who deserves it. Brutal beginnings and cultural isolation. Samson felt like an outsider in both Nigeria and the UK. Identity crisis. No gym knowledge, no YouTube tutorials back then, just trial and error. Shock. He trained without heating in frozen gym sheds in winter, used homemade meals of rice and eggs for bulking, could barely afford whey, constant bullying at school for having dreams too big. Everyone laughed when I said I wanted to be a pro. I didn't blame them. I would have laughed at me too. The war within. Mental battles. Samson admits to suffering deep anxiety during early gym years. Internal voice told him he'd never be enough. Battled body dysmorphia. Refused to show progress photos because he felt ashamed. The Nigerian Lion versus the Titans. Face-off moments with Big Ramy, Nick Walker, Hadi Choopan, Andrew Jacked. Samson wasn't just the underdog. He was the outsider. Dramatic showdown at Arnold Classic 2023. Every fan expected Nick to win. Shock. Samson's posing routine brought the arena to a standstill. Emotional moment. Samson cries backstage while holding the Arnold trophy. That wasn't just a trophy. That was proof that a kid from nowhere could stand with gods. Collapse. Health. Fame.